Welcome to SafeSoft Solutions MarketDialer demonstration on how to view agent recordings and play agent recordings. So it's important to start off with that if you don't know if your campaign has a recording feature turned on or off, let me show that to you now. So simply scroll past the campaign green section and look for the campaign recording field. In this situation, you see it's set for all calls. Now, all calls means that all calls sent into the agent will be automatically recorded. As soon as the call is sent in, we will start recording. When the agent clicks the Hang Up Customer button in Dispositions, we'll end the recording. Now, by default, it's set to never. So if yours is set to never, that means that we are not recording your calls. And in some situations, you may want that to be the case. In other situations, you may want to choose the on-demand, meaning the agent has the button available to them in the agent portal to start the recording. In our situation, we're going to leave it on all calls. As I said, all calls mean that all calls sent into the agent will automatically be recorded. So, how do we find out about agent recordings and where do we get to see them? So, we will pick the agent that we're concerned about. In this case, it's going to be the S3 Agent 5. And under the links column, we provide the modify, the stats, the status, and the time links. In this situation, to view recordings and play recordings, you will select the stats option. So let's do that now. If you've been with me in previous demonstrations, I have explained about the talk time and statuses here in this first section. I've also explained about the login and log out time in this second section. I've explained about the calls for this period in this third section. But the focus of our conversation is the fourth section, the recording section, located down at the bottom. And as you see, here are the recordings for this time period, it states. And we give you the lead ID information located to the left here, the date and time stamp, the duration or seconds. We recorded in seconds. As you can see, some can be very high depending on how long the agent spoke to a prospect. We give you the recording ID, and we give you the ability to download and play this inside the browser if you have QuickTime installed as an example, and here on the View Player. Now, there are some circumstances that you need to be aware of as an administrator, that recordings are readily available after 24 hours and are guaranteed to be available after 24 hours. But they can be available as soon as 4 hours depending on the length. So this one, as an example, may take us up to 4 hours to process the recording, store the recording, and then make it available for you to play the recording. Other short recordings could be available within less than 4 hours. So if you don't see a recording, if you click on it, as an example here, I'm going to do it, and if you get this notice, file not found, it's called a 404 error, that's okay. As you see, it says 404 up here. You can just check back later. The file will be available within 24 hours, or guaranteed after 24 hours. So let's go down here to this one down at the bottom, which we know is already ready. It's a short duration recording. It's already been made available here. So let's go ahead and click on the download file. And since this browser, Firefox, has QuickTime installed, as soon as I click on it, it's going to open another tab in Firefox and automatically start playing the recorded WAV file. As you see here, it is playing the file, and you can hear the agent and the prospect having a conversation. So that's pretty much what the download file does, and it plays it to the end, and then it's done. Now you can click the back button and go back, and you can also do it with the View Player option that we give you here. Now, what will happen in this situation, when you click the View Player, it's going to play right here in this page, but it is not going to automatically start playing as in the last case where we clicked the download file. It opened it up in a new tab in Firefox and started automatically playing the file. When you do View Player, it sits here waiting for instructions from you, the administrator, which is click here, file will start playing, and you will hear the agent and the prospect have a conversation. So there's also another option where the admin can right click on download the file and save this file as So they can save it to their C drive as an example. They can save it here, right to their C drive, wherever they see fit, on their desktop as an example. They can save the file. You see Firefox has already downloaded this WAV file. This WAV file gives you some information here, such as located to the left, that's the lead ID information. In the next one here is the list ID. Next to that is the date timestamp, and next to that is the agent. So we give you a little bit of info there. Now, if you have the right kind of media player on your computer to play a WAV file, you can just right-click and open the file, and it will begin to play. So in this situation, there it goes. You see it's playing the file here, and you have many options to view and play your agent's recordings. So again, you can download the file by clicking here. We'll open it up in another tab, as you saw. You can go back. You can view in the embedded player if you have QuickTime embedded here, and then click it to start the recording to play back or stop it. Or again, you can right-click and save link as and save it to your local computer. So that is the demonstration on how to view agent recordings and how to play back agent recordings. Thank you for attending.